Hi friends, very good morning. I hope all you are well. Today we will discuss about Amazon server crashed and what are your actions against this indirect way. We will discuss today about the load balancer, what is auto scaling, what is the difference between these two because both concepts are very important from the cloud interview perspective and both have very similar functionality point of view. However, both are different. So today we will discuss what exactly the difference between these two and what are the working methodologies of auto scaling and load balancers. What are the types of load balancers I had discussed in last video and many more to come. So what happens if load balancer or auto scaling will not work, right? What are the consequences against if these are not working or not failover has been done properly. So today's session is all about what are the precautions we should take if our cloud services has been crashed. What are your actions to prevent the same so that the incident never happen again. So let's start the session without further delay. Very important question. How will you prevent the instance from crash? What is auto scaling? Auto scaling is actually a second question which may or may not be included by the interviewer. So consider this question still here. How will you prevent the instances from crash, right? The main preventive methods for crash is our auto scaling and load balancer. Auto scaling word actually comes from scaling part, which means we can increase or decrease or manage the resources according to our requirement, according to our request. So similar concept happened with application itself hosting EC2 instances. Let's try to understand with an example here. Suppose we have one application hosted initially and accordingly we set the threshold traffic of 1000 connections, means our instance can handle the maximum traffic of 1000 at a time. Okay, we have an application. Since this is an initial phase, so only 1000 connections at a time, we had prepared a server and set up a threshold traffic of 1000 connections who have the capacity of that particular server to handle it. Okay, and consider that you are not available for next couple of days and don't be able to monitor the instances held for next 4 5 days, right? So during your unavailability there, traffic increased up to 800 for example, right? Because the traffic you will become so popular and your traffic increased up to 800. What happens now with the instances? Can you imagine after this? So our instances will have the high possibilities of crash or went in hanging mode, or stop the catering of services, and finally stop the services, right? So to handle such a scenarios, auto scaling comes in picture and increase the resources according to the requirement request automatically, right? This sentence is very important here. Auto scaling comes in picture and increase the resources according to the requirement automatically, means automatic scaling, right? That means depending upon the request, cloud set up their scaling automatically, right? So this prevent us from the instance crash, right? For example, if our traffic increased, then auto scaling always try to increase the bandwidth, right? If the traffic is in low conditions, for example, then auto scaling decrease their threshold value. So auto scaling set up their conditions automatically for better catering of the traffic, right? In reverse condition, auto scaling will reduce the resources in case of less traffic landing on the web. So it works in positive ways and as well as in reverse mode as well. Coming to the next slide. What is the difference between auto scaling and LB? LB is our load balancer. So both are for managing the traffic but in different manner, right? So load balancer is the distribution of traffic between instances servers. right? For example, we have two servers having managing threshold capacity of 1000 connections at a time, right? Load balancer divides the landing connections equally over these two servers, right? So what does load balancer will do? Load balancer divides the divides the traffic equally over the two servers, because I had mentioned here as two servers. If you have more servers, then load balancer distribute their connections equally to all servers. So once connection, load balancer diverts to server A, right? Second traffic connections load balancer diverted to server B, and then so on. That means first connection landing on server A, second connection on the B server, like that. So this is the methodology of load balancer functionality. I hope you understand. Next question: what happens if load balancer fails? Very important. What are the measures you should take to prevent such conditions? Very important question from the experience point of view, right? Because these are technology, and the technology may fail anywhere, right? There is no guarantee of technology 100% working. So there are certain scenarios we should ensure if we talk about the load balancer failures. So number one is a monitoring part. So monitoring means monitor key matrices such as response time, right? Error rates and connectivity to identify the anomalies. This helps in proactive detection and actions timely. Very important, right? Monitor the response time by the monitoring method, right? What are the error rates, right? What is the connectivity to identify the vulnerabilities? What are the anomalies, right? This helps in the proactive detection and enables you for action taken timely. Second one is the redundancy part. Redundancy means implement redundant load balancer. That means a kind of backup, right? So implement redundant load balancer setup, which involves balancers in parallel, right? We have to implement the balancers in parallel mode, in active passive or active configuration, depending on your organization policies, right? Redundancies ensure the availability. Very important line. This is redundancy ensure the availability of services when a load balancer fails to provide the services, right? So guys, redundancy comes into picture when our primary load balancer becomes fail. So redundant makes the availability that it failovers the services, the connections to the second one who is better available there. So this is the advantage of the redundancies part. Okay. Third is the health check. We have to make sure that our load balancers offer health checkup mechanism to verify the health and availability. Right? These health checkups automatically remove the vulnerable one load balancers from the rotation and direct traffic to best one available in the system. Right? Health checkup, guys. Health checkup. We have to ensure that our load balancer should be in healthy conditions. Right? So by doing this health checks automatically remove the vulnerable one, right? Who is outdated, right? Who is not updated properly, and switch the traffic to the best one available in the machine, right? In this system. Next one is the scalability. Very important topic. This is scalability. We have to ensure that load balancer. Here the spelling is mistake. I really apologize. LOAD. It should be LOAD actually. LOAD. Here mistakenly I had written as B. It's actually D. We have to ensure that load balancer setup can handle the expected load and scale automatically, right? That means load balancer can scale automatically depending on the traffic volume. By applying the same, it prevents from overloading and potential failures. Very nice. Coming to the next slide, regular maintenance and updates. It performs regular updates, right? Patches, firmware, security patches to make sure and to make our load balancer vulnerable free. So we have to ensure and take care that our load balancer is regularly updating their patches, right? Firmware, security updates to make sure the vulnerable free assets. Last but not least is the disaster recovery planning. So we should have a comprehensive planning, means detailed planning in place of recovery, which includes standby load balancer, right? We have to make sure that rerouting of trafficking from primary data center to the second one is completely fine, and communicating with relevant stakeholders accordingly. So this is our some preventive methods to make sure that our load balancer is working properly, right? We have to very cautious about this, because if applications goes down, then our revenue loss would be there, and I think penalty will also come in picture. Next video I will make more load balancer interview questions, load balancer and auto scaling both, right? Because these are very vast topic. So I will make sure to cover every corner of the load balancers. So guys, thank you so much. Have a nice day. I hope these videos are really helps you. So kindly subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to share. Thank you so much.